Hello everybody, welcome to this Monday, the 11th of February 2019 with me, Doc Eon, to show off some painting for you. And we have this Fire Giant Jailer in Reaper Bones, which I think in the pictures they've curled this whip more along the base like this, so it's not in the way as much. But you know, it's flexible. He came out okay. I tried to paint him the same way approximately as the previous Fire Giants I had done. I didn't go much in for shading of the hammer. I decided that, what the heck, it's not gonna look any better. Now, and I tried to go with this sort of lava effect on the base. Not sure how well it turned out. It's supposed to be some crackle medium here on the surface, and some glowy stuff underneath. Yeah, at a distance, maybe it looks okay. So this is the only thing I've finished this week, I have to admit. And the reason is I've been sick as a dog, and I'm not 100% restored yet. I am feeling a lot better though, and I think I can start getting back into the swing of things this week. And maybe I should explain why having a cold. I had a really bad case of the flu, and the reason that it's affected my painting most of all is that I had a symptom that I've never had before. It actually, the inflammation seemed to hit my inner ear, and it affected my sense of balance. I spent a lot of the past week just being really dizzy, and that meant I could not focus on painting. I could not sit down and focus closely on a small miniature and for any length of time. That was very disturbing. I mean, it was a really disturbing experience in many ways, because you know, you count on being able to keep your balance in everyday life, and yeah, I was really concerned. As I said, I am better now. I'm not 100% restored. I still feel little twinges of it, but I'm hopeful that I'll get back to normal before too long. And the past couple of days, it's been I've been well enough to paint, so yeah, I think I can get back into it. Anyway, didn't want this to turn into my health report. Let's move on to look at the stuff that's still in the works as far as painting goes. So here's the Dark Sword ladies. They look a right mess, but they are in fact well along the way, because much of what's left is just mostly the skin and the small fragments of clothing they're wearing, which should be not that hard to paint. Yeah, I just need to find the inspiration to sit down and finish them off, so to speak. Yeah, not much to say. As a you know, they're in a sort of messy transitional state, but I'll clean it up. Now the various Ogre Magi and Oni have been prepped here, including the halfling form of one Ogre Mage. I left some. He's standing kind of off center on the base here. This is because I need to make room for this stack of books. I did not glue that stack onto the base to begin with, because you can see there's not a huge lot of space there, and if I had attached the stack somewhere here, it would have covered up the back. It would have been more difficult to get in there and paint both the figure and the books. So I'll paint them separately. This figure the arms were separate, and this sort of thing on his back, which did not fit very well. You can see I've had to putty it a little bit there. Might have needed to gap fill it even more, but oh well. I don't think it's going to be that hugely important. Otherwise, a nice dramatic pose. Yeah, and an interesting integral base with a bit of carpet on the wooden planking floor. This one is more boring. It's just cobblestones, but the figure itself has a lot of interesting stuff to it. The armor especially I find fascinating, and I think it's going to look good painted up. And then we have the two bones minis, which are not, they don't hold as much detail. The annoying thing here is that the female only fit on a 30mm base, and I had to make a 50 for this guy because he's man-spreading so much. Oh well. We'll make do. I did get some minis in the mail this week. It's an order I placed somewhere in the beginning of the year from Hassle-Free Minis. Their backlog seems to be affecting, unfortunately, their fulfillment a little bit, because they somehow missed the fact that I had ordered one of the main reasons that I placed an order was I needed some more 40mm bases, and they have packs of 50, and I ordered 2 packs of 50, and they've included 2 packs of 5. So yeah, I emailed them about them, and I expect they'll sort it out eventually, in a few months or so. They do seem to have a pretty large backlog, as I mentioned. But I did get all the 4 minis that I ordered. They're a strange little combination of stuff that I felt was interesting. We have Lord Ulthrak, which is a sort of a big armored chaos warrior, I think. We have Valaska Sin, who is probably supposed to be some sort of female evil warrior in weirdly skin-tight plate armor and very high heels, high-heeled boots for some reason. A bit of a fetish outfit, to be honest, not so practical, but what you gonna do? This guy, there's no label with his name. I think his name was Tragar, or was it Grimnor? I forget which one. He's just your average Conan-esque barbarian dude with just a loincloth and that Prince Valiant haircut, and in this case a shield and an axe. And finally we have Salola Cone, who's she's a witch hunter. She's got the funny top hat and a saber and a pistol. Yeah. Again, to continue my new habit of trying to not put stuff on the pile, I will. These will be my next project. I will start prepping these for next week. Just to not rest on my laurels, so to speak. Anyway, that was my video for today. Hope you enjoyed it. Click like if you did, subscribe if you haven't done so before, comment if there's anything in particular you found interesting, share the video, you know, the usual stuff. And I will see you again in a week. Until then, I'm Dakian, and I'm signing off.